Yo, 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 what up, what up? So, it's gonna be kind of a long video. Uh, so yesterday at work, I was getting ready to end my shift. I only needed 1 more hour to end my shift, and I was getting a phone call from my neighbor, and I answered, and it was an emergency call, and I found out that my RV was struck. It was hit. Somebody crashed into it, and the firefighters were at the scene and everything. So it was kind of a big deal. And then so I immediately had to, find out what's going on because um, I didn't want the people to flee, and I wanted to get information. And so I rushed as immediate as I could to get to my RV. I told my boss, I told my coworkers, and I just left. And then bad luck, like just when I was getting ready to almost exit the freeway, there was another collision on the freeway that was causing a major traffic. So I was supposed to already like exit, and 2 miles away was my exit, but those 2 miles were brutal. They were just taking forever. The traffic was not moving at all. So that delayed the my arrival time. And next thing you know, I got a text from my neighbor saying that the people were about to leave. And just when he texted that, I was already rushing out to the exit because the traffic was finally moving. So I started going pretty fast, just trying to make it before they left. And as soon as I got there, who knows how long they just left? It could have been just seconds that I missed them, or maybe a minute or two. But it definitely seemed like I barely missed them because when I got the text of they're gonna leave in a bit, it only took me like literally just like 1 minute to arrive at on my RV spot, and within that 1 minute, they were gone. Yeah, so it must have been seconds or a minute that they left. The cop was already on his way out, driving out, and also the tow truck that was towing their car was about to leave as well. They were both still here. They were on their way out already, in their car, getting ready to exit the neighborhood. So that goes to show you how um how I just missed them, the people that struck my RV. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And then it was pretty serious damage because um, it looks like the main thing that got damaged was the frame. The I'm not sure if it's a chassis or just the frame of the front of the RV got bent, and then the wheel definitely got hit. The left front passenger driver side wheel. I mean, the driver side on the left. Um, but thankfully, it looks like the actual wheel, is okay. I didn't see it bent or damaged, surprisingly so. But the tire just got like shredded. So hopefully, I just gotta replace the tire. I'm unsure, but it seems like the wheel might be okay. It looks like some sort of reservoir tank. It got shattered as well. It's all torn up, so all the fluid leaked out. I don't know if it's the coolant reservoir or if it's the brake fluid reservoir. But a tank reservoir cracked and leaked all the fluid. So I gotta replace that. I gotta find out what tank that is and replace that. And then just all the wiring harness is exposed. Um, so, but honestly, when I got to the RV, the first thing that I thought in my head, I'm like, yeah, yeah, I was surprised about, I was shocked about the damage that my RV took and everything. But the first thing that was in my mind was my cats. To be honest, I saw my female cat outside running outside, so that instantly liberated me. That was a huge relief. But she's always out though. She always escapes from my RV when I leave to work. When I come back home from work, I always see her outside. She always escapes my RV. She finds her way. So that didn't surprise me at all. I was just glad to see that, you know, she was good. But I still needed to know about my baby boy. Um, my baby boy has been the most loyal to me. The most He's been the best. My baby boy. So he's family. They're both family to me. But my baby boy just been there since day one. You know, he so I got super worried about that, and so right away I started trying to look for my kitten, and I went inside. I couldn't find him, and that's irregular because as soon as I come home from work, as soon as I open a door, he always jumps out. He's always getting ready to. He's like so excited to just rush out the RV and just roam around in freedom, start running around everywhere around the RV. And I opened a door. He didn't run out. He wasn't by the door like he usually is. And then I wasn't seeing him. I was trying to look for him. I couldn't find him, and I wasn't hearing him. So that definitely put me into panic mode. I got like super paranoid and just panicking. And I'm like, honestly, I'm like, damn, did they kill my cat? Was my cat like in the corner of the? Because sometimes my Harlow lays on the. He likes to relax on the windshield on the driver's side area in the corner, and he's just laying down there relaxing. So it had me thinking, I'm like, and sometimes he likes going relaxing under the driver's seat too. So it made me think like, is he there? And he's, you know, behind the curtains on my windshield area by the driver's side or underneath my seat. And I started panicking and I started searching for him there. And thankfully he wasn't there, but I was still worried because I'm like, well, he's not there, so he didn't get killed there, but he's still missing, so I'm still worried, you know. And I'm not hearing anything, so I started going outside. I'm like, but I opened the door and I didn't see him run out unless he jumped like super quick, and I didn't see. I'm like, nah, that's I was seeing carefully. So at the end of the day, I ended up finding him, thankfully, and he was at the top of my which is he was on top of here. He was in right there. That's when I started looking for him, and that's when I seen him, and he was just shaking. He was just trembling the whole time. Like you could tell that he was scared, really scared. I could see the fear in his eyes. I could see it in his body language. He was just shaking, and he wasn't even like meowing at all. Like he was not making any noise. He was just completely silent and just shaking, and he was scared. So that got me like really sad, but at the same time it got me really happy because I knew that he survived. And at the end of the day, that's all that. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that the RV is all fucked up now. But at least my cats are good. They're family to me. Um, so that's what matters the most. That's the most important thing. You know, the RV is cosmetics. You know that could be replaceable. Even if I can't replace it, I could find a way to make it look okay. You know, I'm always working on stuff, so I could try to do something to make it look okay. But my cats, that's not replaceable. You know, I could get other cats, but each cat has their own personality, their own identity. That's the way I see, you know, animals. You know, they're each animal is their own, and that's the way I see it. That's me. So you know, and I have the memories with Harlow. So and I don't have too much time with Avery yet, but I'm building memories with her too. At the end of the day, they're both very significant to me. Um, Harlow is I have over a year with them, so that really was getting to me. It was getting to me when I was in finding him. But thankfully he's good right now. He's playing outside right now. My baby girl's just laying on the bed right now, and but it's crazy. It's crazy now that I think about all this. I think, you know, I don't know. It's just life is crazy. Like I feel like there's like a negative energy. Just I don't know how to explain it. You know, I had an incident a couple years back with my motorcycle, the one I ended up getting rid of recently. A couple months ago, I got rid of it, but that was my favorite motorcycle a couple years ago, and it was in pristine condition. I took really good care of it, never crashed it. Um, I took, super good care of it, and yeah, and I was coming out from work, going home. I had just finished my swing shift. It was nighttime. I remember clocking out at 11 p.m. and work was only like 5 miles away from where I was staying at, and well, it was like 10 p.m. or something like that, and yeah, I was at the stoplight, just waiting for the light to turn green, along with two other drivers on the side of me, on the left side, and so it was three of us. We're all waiting for the light to turn green, and it was taking a good while, and we're just waiting there, and then all of a sudden, I'm like thrown off, like literally thrown off, and I'm like confused, like what the hell just happened, and that's when I look forward and I see a truck running over my motorcycle and then reversing and continuing to run over my motorcycle. And the moment I saw it, the truck reversing, to me that was like it was like automatic. I was just thinking so fast. So I took that the way I interpreted that. I'm like, all right, this is intentional. Because if you're reversing, it's pretty much like saying like I want to make sure, you know, whatever it is that you were intending to do, the reversing part for me was like assurance. And you want to make sure of something, so you're reversing to finish the job or whatever it is that you're trying to do. I don't know. So to me, it was like I felt like it was an intentional hit, and I got up. Well, I was trying to get up, and I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be a hit and run, but I want to get there as soon as I can, in case if it does turn out that way. That way I could get information. And so I got up, and I remember I was getting ready to run to approach the truck. I remember it was a truck, and then as soon as I started running the first couple steps, I felt like pretty bad pain on my knees. So that's when I knew I was kind of seriously injured. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I stopped immediately, and I try to get a clear view of the license plate while the truck was still there, but I was too far away um, to see to identify the plate. It wasn't legible from the distance where I was at. So yeah, the truck just left, and the two other drivers that were right next to me on the left side, they witnessed the whole thing, and then one of them approached me, just went up to me and was saying if I was okay and was checking up on me and everything. And then I'm like, yeah, did you happen to get the license plate number of the driver? Did you happen to check it out? And then both of them, yeah, both of them were saying no, that they did it, and because they were more concerned about my well being. So yeah. So fast forward to now, like I reported to insurance because I did have comprehensive insurance, and I had uninsured motorists, and that's what I try to claim to go into effect. And then when I try to claim that, that's when they said that uninsured motorist doesn't cover it because they're not able to identify the driver. So I lost that case. I even got I tried to get an attorney, but uh, didn't work on that case. So yeah, so it was a loss. It was a lost case. It went cold, whatever. And but I survived it. And my motorcycle, I restored it. It took me a while to restore it, and even then, it wasn't 100%. It wasn't the same, but I restored it pretty decent condition for how it turned out. You know, it was at least like um, it was in pretty good condition still, but not, like I said, not the same. It wasn't 100% no more. And yeah, and then after that, I was at work, and my cameras caught when a huge accident happened right in front of my RV. Um, yeah, that one happened right in front of my RV, and I my RV barely missed it. It barely missed the hit. Like it was like 1 feet away from my RV, like literally 1 feet, like 12 inches, maybe even less. It was right in front of my RV. A car somehow flipped, and I guess it slid or whatever. And but yeah, the whole car entirely flipped, and it hit the curb, and all sorts of damage happened to the car, but it didn't hit my RV at all. And actually, my motorcycle, the one that I got into an accident with, my motorcycle was parked in front of my RV at the time, and it barely dodged my motorcycle by inches. I think it was actually less than a foot. I think it might have been, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches. Like I barely dodged it. My vehicles, my motorcycle, and actually I wasn't at work. I was home when that happened, but I was dead asleep. Like I don't know, I didn't hear anything. I just remember waking up to all sorts of notifications on my phone, from you, my phone telling me that there's a lot of camera activity notifications. So I'm like, damn, that's a ton. Like, what's going on? So I started viewing. As soon as I woke up, I started viewing all the activity that's been going on that's notifying me about. And that's when I realized that there was a crazy accident during the time that I was asleep. And then nobody bothered to knock on my door or anything. The cops were here, the firefighters were here, the tow truck was here, like paramedics and all sorts of people were here. Nobody bothered to knock on my door or ring on my doorbell. So it was just weird. And I guess I could kind of understand it because technically it didn't touch my RV at all. Um, so there's nothing to report to me really. But still, like I don't know, I just found it kind of it was just strange. So that was the second time. The way I say it is like the second time I cheated death, because the first time with the motorcycle and the second time with that, and then this is the third time, you know. But except this time it really, well, no, I can't say that because on the first time it did hit my vehicle as well, my motorcycle. This is the third time, and this time it struck my RV at a vital spot too, because it's at my wheel, and it's kind of like on the chassis or the frame. So I don't know I don't know how serious the damage is until I drive it, until I attempt to drive it, and that's when I'm gonna be able to recognize the stability of the RV. And if the stability is still good, then that means that it's still operational. I can still drive it. But if it's not, then I don't know. I might have to give it up and go back to how I was living before, which is not how what I'm trying to return to, because I've been making progress. So I'm not really trying to return to that, to be honest. And yeah, it's just crazy, I don't know. I just feel like something wicked, something crazy. Just I sound paranoid. I sound probably like a lunatic. Um, saying it, but it's like some dark energy just following me or something, like some type of Final Destination type of shit. It's crazy. And right now, so for sure, and the damage was so bad too. The hit was so impactful that not only did it mess up my tire and the frame, but it actually moved my RV to go on top of the curve. The right side of my RV, it went on top of the sidewalk. It moved the wheels on top of the curve. Like that's how strong it hit the RV. And to do that to a commercial vehicle that weighs tons, that's man, that's crazy. That was a really hard hit. You know, the cop was lying to me saying that people were sent to the hospital due to the hit. But everybody around, the neighbors that saw the other people in the RVs, they all told me like nobody was taken to the hospital. Yeah, the firefighters came, but nobody was hospitalized. Just the airbags deployed, and the car definitely got totaled from the front. And I saw the pictures, and yeah, it it looked like just one side got significantly damaged, but it seems like the car's still drivable. I don't know, but yeah, nobody got hospitalized. But I'm just so shocked that the RV, weighing as much as it does, it got moved on top of the sidewalk. The wheel was actually on top of the curb, and the RV was kind of lifted up. So yeah, I don't know. It just makes me think a lot. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that my cats are good. Um, shit sucks, to be honest, but I'm just happy that they're good, and I didn't have insurance, so it's probably gonna be another cold case. But I'm pretty much used to it at this point. Like people do shit and they never really own up. You know, even before like 7 years ago, maybe even longer than that. No, actually, it's more like 9 years ago. I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse, uh, a nice Mitsubishi Eclipse, and same thing. I was at the light, and that was during broad daylight. I was trying to make a left turn to. I was only like feet away from being at home. Back then at the place that I used to live at, I was renting a room right there, and it was with my um, yeah, I was renting a room, and I think that day I was coming back from the bank because I had just withdrew money so I could pay my rent. And I think it was gonna be my second payment. I had just barely moved in that room. It was gonna be my second time that I paid rent for that room. So I had just, and I was, all I had to do was just a left, a right, and the home was right there. Like it was like the second home entering the neighborhood. And yeah, so when I was trying to make the no, I had to make a right and then a left. When I was trying to make the right turn, as soon as the light turned green, the opposite direction, the uh, traffic from the opposite direction, they were on the red, of course. So let me see. yeah, I'm just remembering the details. I'm like going back to my flashbacks and everything. Yeah, I was exiting, trying to make a left, and I was trying to go to the bank to pick up the money for the rent. Now I'm remembering. So I was heading to the bank. I was leaving home, trying to get to the bank, and and I had just talked to who was pretty much my landlord. We were having conversation because he was complimenting my car, how it looked like sporty, and he liked it and everything, and and he would like to get a car himself, but he was telling me that he was so scared of getting a car because of so much accidents that he always hears about, and that's why he panics and he ends up not getting one. Not because he can't afford to get one, but it just has some paranoid from all the stories and things that he hears about him. And then but he was telling me that his wife struggles a lot and his kids too because his kids their kids have to walk from home to school and vice versa, and it's a long walk. And then his wife had to go grocery shopping, and it was a long distance too, and she would have to walk for a long distance with a shopping cart just to do grocery shopping. And that's why he was like seriously considering getting a car just to make life easier. But he was just like so paranoid of accidents. So I was trying to convince him. I'm like, I've been driving for a while and I've never been in an accident, never, not even once. And as long as you do what you're supposed to do, just have the common sense of paying attention, staying alert at all times, like keep your eyes on the road, don't be texting, and don't get easily distracted. Like you should be good. You're not gonna just don't overthink. Don't think that you're gonna be under the story. Like don't think like that. Just think that just stay focused and alert, and yeah, don't drink and drive, and you should be good. And I could even show you, just so you get your confidence up. I can even show you how to drive if you want to learn. And I remember he was saying like, "Oh, really? You would do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "As a matter of fact, right now when I come back and I pay you the rent money, we could go around the block and I'll show you something." And I was getting ready to teach him, and he was like looking forward to that. And how ironic, like how coincidental is like I go out the neighborhood to go get ready to go to the bank. And so I make the right, and then I was about to make the left, barely exiting the neighborhood. So I was getting ready to make a left. I was at the light, and as soon as the light turns green, I start going. And when I'm about to go into the lane that I'm supposed to, when I'm making the left turn, that's when I see a line of traffic. It's really long. It looks like everybody was coming out of school. So a long line of traffic. And I seen what at that time used to be a Big Five sporting goods store. I seen a vehicle come out of that, like that store area, and that car is supposed to go behind the line of traffic because they're going at the same direction of that traffic. So they're supposed to go behind the entire line. But that car, and I'm on the green. That car went around the entire line, going against incoming traffic. They didn't care, and they didn't care. Obviously they didn't care that I was at the green light too. So they're putting themselves in great danger, in great risk. You know, not only by me, but just by all the incoming traffic that was about to pass through in that lane. So it went around the entire traffic and going against traffic, and that's when it struck me on the side. And yeah, that car got totaled. Nothing happened to me serious damage or anything. And yeah, it's just it's just crazy stuff. And I took that to court, small claims. I actually won, and but I never got paid for that because they didn't pay. And then apparently in small claims, like it's all on you. Like if you want to force payment, you got to do more paperwork and file more things, and the paperwork is not free, and it's just time consuming and complicated, and you got to invest money, just to file paperwork, and it's so complicated. So it became a cold case, and I was insured, and even then, my insurance wasn't trying to help. So I had to do things on my own. But I remember I was insured, and they were not trying to help at all. And I think at the time I was with Farmers Insurance or something like that, or Allstate. Um, yeah, I can't remember. But then the motorcycle accident happened. I was insured with Geico. I had uninsured motorist too, comprehensive. They also denied, they were not trying to help. And then now it's the RV. So, even though I'm not insured this time, for me, I feel like it doesn't make a difference. Like I don't trust insurances. So I feel like even if I had insurance, it would have not made a difference. To be honest, like I haven't had good experiences with insurance. And I pay up all the time, but they always find their way out. So yeah, now I'm in this situation, and the thing that worries me now is being able to afford and being able to get my RV to moving. The cosmetic part really sucks because now it looks ghetto. Now it doesn't look presentable. My RV, but that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is for the RV to know if it's operational or not, because if it's still functional, then that means that I could continue this lifestyle. That means I could still continue to do this and do what I've been doing, and continue to try to reach the goals that I have. Um, Even though my RV is gonna look cosmetically, it's gonna look messed up now. But if it doesn't drive, then that changes the whole trajectory of what I've been trying to do. You know, that means that I'm gonna have to return to the type of lifestyle that I was living before all this, and that's gonna push me back. My progress is gonna be, I'm gonna be pushed back, like drastically, and then on top of that, like I don't know what's gonna happen to all my belongings in here. Like how much time do I have? Like I gotta start looking into a storage unit and start moving things in there. Like first I gotta find out if it's movable or not, and if it's not working like it should, then I immediately have to start packing up and start moving my things into a storage unit. That way all my things don't get lost as well. Everything that I invested, my solar generators and everything that I have in here. And then that also affects my cats too, because if I return to the way I was living, man, most people it's like most people don't like animals. Like every like every time, all this time that I've been on my own and I've been renting, every single landlord, um every single landlord that I've had has always told me no pets allowed, and they've always been very strict on that rule. Otherwise, you get evicted, you get kicked out. Every single place. There's never been a place that I've been at that they have allowed it. So, and I can't be so picky. Like, if I do find a place that allows it, it's very expensive. I don't have that kind of money. So it would affect me in that way too. It won't only affect me, but it'll affect my cats too. So I don't know, but I have to confirm if it works or not. If it doesn't, then I might have to start moving my things as fast as I could before they try to come over here and tow it with all my things in it. So I gotta think about that, and then I gotta think about trying to find someone good to take over my cats. You know, someone someone good that that will be their new owners and take good care of them. Uh, So shit sucks, man. I've just been trying to do good, and it's like some sort of energy just chasing me. I don't know. Um, but I'm gonna keep fighting though. I'm gonna keep trying to do the best that I could do to the best of my ability, and see what I could do with that. So right now, first step was the one that got shredded, but I realized that both front tires needed to get replaced anyways. They were both horribly worn out. So I got two brand new tires for my RV. Brand new. Both of them still with tags and everything. So I'm excited for that. So, oh, and I also got, so my motorcycle, got rid of it with it by a trade. And that's another video that I was gonna do, but I'll just put it in this one, at least a little bit of it. Uh, I traded it for an electric bicycle, an e-bike. Uh, but it's not just any electric bicycle. It's actually, let me see if I can turn the light on. It's a Mercedes-Benz F1 collaboration e-bike. So it's an awesome ass bike. I got it with just 8 miles. Right now it has 15 miles clocked in on the odometer because I drove it for like 7 miles on one trip. I haven't really ridden it. I got to do more riding on it. But yeah, I got that bike, and so maybe I'll have some videos up in the near future that I'm gonna be doing on that. I'm gonna think about it, and if I do, I could take Harlow out on my backpack, see if he likes it. And yeah, and I still have the airbag vest, so I could ride it with my airbag vest and everything. So I got that. The lights. I've done videos on this one, the lights, but I never posted it. And there goes my other cat sleeping over there. But yeah. So yeah. So that's the first step, replacing the tire and then taking it out for a ride. For now, I gotta take the spare wheel, so I could drive it to the shop. That way, the shop could replace the tires, and then hopefully, it could drive to the shop. That's where I'll find out if it's drivable or not. And if it is, then I'm still in luck. Not that much, but I'm still in luck, like in great luck overall. You know. And it's crazy, from all this too. Like, there's 4 RVs right here now. There's 4 of us, but the one that got struck is mine. Like, out of the 4, the one that got struck was mine, and at a vital spot too. And after our first attempt months ago too. Like, it's just like, man, what are the odds of all that? Like, at some point, it's like it feels like it's no longer coincidental, but more like some sort of message, from whatever. But I can't give up. I got goals. I want to be able to make it with my cats and see this chapter that I have in my head, that I envision in my head. I want to be able to make it with them too. And so I'm gonna continue fighting and see where this takes me. hopefully I don't have to return to renting. But if I do, then whatever, it is what it is. At least I'm still alive. So that means that I could still do something with my situation. It's just gonna be a lot harder. Um, but I'm gonna try to find out how I could still progress, have some progression, even if I return to renting and spending a lot of my money in rent. You know. So yeah, but right now I can't think that it's the end. I gotta take steps, and I gotta find out right now. Right now I'm in the process, in the stage where I gotta find out what the situation really is, how serious it is, if it's fixable or if it's not. I still don't know right now. So right now I'm in the stage where I gotta find out and do the best that I can. Fight, continue to fight. All right, that's it. That's it for this video. Um, just wanted to give that update. Um, and let me go outside and show the damage real quick. Let me see. So this wheel was on top of the sidewalk right here. This whole RV, it was taking all this space right here. And there's my cat, my baby boy Harlow, the one that I was scared for. And this is where I got struck. Look at the wheel. So the wheel looks fine, surprisingly so. The tire just, it's completely flat. This thing, the frame was at a right angle, completely like that, bent. And I was here for a good amount of time right now, hitting it with the hammer. Even got blisters on my hand. Just trying to get that straightened down. So I managed to do it, but now it's like, yeah, it's pretty broken. The tank shattered. Leaked all the fluid. I think it looks green, so I'm pretty sure that's the coolant reservoir. So I gotta replace that. This is metal that got bent, pushed there, and this is supposed to be like all the way over here. So that's pretty much it. Some pretty significant damage. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. My girl. He likes playing outside. He's happy outside right now. But yeah, that's it. Oh, it was a part. I'm gonna try to still mount it. Hopefully I can. The headlights all loose. It's all messed up. Yeah, it was a pretty significant hit. So I'm just glad that my cat's made it, man. But yeah, that's it for the video. The other thing that I'm kind of like a little bit not worried, but more like I don't like the idea of is that I had to alert my boss and my coworkers to what was going on, and I was just thinking so quick, I couldn't just think of something. Like I was just honest, and I told them my RV got struck, it got hit, someone crashed into it. So now I feel like gossip is gonna be spreading around, and they're just gonna be like curious, or I don't know, and it just makes me think like I don't like people knowing about my situation. But anyways, that's irrelevant. But yeah, that's it for this video. Just wanted to give a quick update. Other than that, check you guys out on the next video. I will be making other videos, maybe covering the e-bike and the lights. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of videos of the lights. I just haven't posted it. I don't know if I lost the footage of those videos though, so I might have to make a new one. I'll see. But definitely I had to make a video of the e-bike. I haven't really done a video on it. And then that's about it. Other than that, I'll check you guys out on the next video. Peace out. Have a good one. Take care. Stay positive. Stay fighting. What else can I say? Peace.